Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, we are from Group 6 and let me introduce the members. They are Ananda Suraya Ramdhani, Gablina Putri, Isnaini Azahra, Lodia Puspa, and Putri Indasari. Today we are going to talk about teaching productive skill. Well, talking about productive skill actually refers to the skill that enables students to produce language both in spoken and written forms. So, receptive skill before are related listening and reading, and for productive skill, they are directed to speaking and writing. In this case, students are able to speak English and then write in English. And also, productive skill lesson aims at helping students to produce appropriate and coherent messages either in spoken and written forms. Before that, we need to know what are the difference between speaking and writing. In the speaking is a spoken language and we are normally do that. And in the speaking, we have face to face, which is talk between speaker or listener as communicator and audience. It will be a face to face interaction, which is can be offline but also can be online. So that's called face to face. And then in the speaking, we normally concern more with fluency, not accuracy. So whether you can speak fluency is more important with compared to whether you can speak grammatically correct. So remember that. And because of speaking, we are trying to convey a message that we are require more communicative competent in this case. So how your message can be successful, communicate how your message is successfully understood by the audience. That is more very important in speaking. And how about writing? Just like the name, writing is my language, and unlike speaking, which is speaking face to face, in writing we normally have distance communication between the writer and the reader. So we cannot directly respond to what we are reading to, and if we don't understand certain aspect of the writing, we cannot directly ask the writer, right? It's different from the speaking. You can immediately ask the speaker some question like, what do you mean? What does it mean? What do you mean by that? And so on. And in writing, what is more important is accuracy. Accuracy is whether our writing is grammatically correct, whether it is linguistically correct. So we need to concern more about grammatically aspect. For example, it's also concerned with issues of how to construct a paragraph, how to construct the sentence, and so on. And the last is require more linguistic competence that are related to students' skill in understanding elements of the language like grammar and other issues that are related to the linguistics. So these are like general differences between speaking and the writing. So in short, what is essentially involved in productive skill is the ability to convey information, convince or share ideas and feeling into a productive skill activity. And teaching productive skill is also important because written and spoken communication are basic life skill, and because in the real life people generally may need to inform and share their ideas. Next, we jump to the structuring discourse. Basically, in order to the communication to be successful, we have to structure our discourse in such a way that it will be understood by our listeners or readers. We, as a teacher, must improve and get the students to be more involved in the activities. There are several steps. First, we need to know that the lesson that we give to the student, it will help the students to communicate well. And the number two, some preparation is needed before we are starting with a task, neither in the speaking class or even in the writing class. And well, the number three, the choice of the topics is very important. Okay, we need to choose the familiar topic to the students because generally we cannot speak or even write if we don't know what we are going to discuss. And the number four, before we asking our students to produce the language, we need to equip them into our teaching techniques and strategies that can be facilitate our students to speak or even write effectively. For the number five, actually, communication breakdowns may happen in our classroom activities, particularly in productive skills. So that's why if the difficulties arise in our classroom activities, we need to support our students to use their specific communication strategies. We need to support them to use their own learning style. So in speech, this often involves following conversational patterns and the use of lexical phrases. Then, the writing is particular has to be both coherent and cohesive, which is coherent writing makes sense because we can follow the sequence of ideas and points, and also cohesion is a more technical matter since it is here that we concentrate on the various linguistic way of connecting ideas across phrases and sentences. That's why the speaking or even writing activities might be happened effectively. The next is following the rules. Ideally, teaching productive skill may involve these following steps. The first one is we need to provide a model text. We need to introduce our students the genre of the text itself, even in writing or in speaking classroom activities. In the second practice, we need to produce the language to perform the task in our classroom activity. And the third is task setting. We need to know the classroom situation or the topic need to be discussed in our classroom activities. And the fourth is planning. We need to plan the structure output in our classroom activities. So at the end of the lesson, we are going to ask to ask the student to have blah blah blah. So we need to plan the structure of the output and the production of the classroom. We need to ask the student to perform the tasks of the speaking classroom. But the four writing classroom activities, we need to be ready to ask the students to write, even revise or edit their work. And the last one is feedback. Even it is writing and speaking activities, we need to give our students feedback to their production of their language, even language or writing. So by giving them feedback, it means that they will be ready for the next step. Therefore, there are several basic rules need to consider it with this case, which are sociocultural rules or shared cultural habits. Determine how women and men speak to each other in different societies, or how conversations are framed when the participants are of different social or status. And then turn taking is the term which refers to the way in which participant in conversation gets their chance to speak. And the last is rules of writing, and which we need to recognize and either follow or purposefully flout. I think that's all for me. The next will be explained by Lodia Puspa.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about different styles, different genres. People can operate within socio-cultural rules is because they know about different styles and recognize different written and spoken genres. The genre will determine the style of the language we use. For example, when we transmit the same information to a friend in an informal conversation is different when we write in a particular genre, like exchanging emails with a close colleague. In this case, the writer or speaker will operate at a different level of formality. We can characterize this as a level of intimacy, where the more distant a speaker or writer feels themselves to be from their audience, the greater will be the use of formal grammar and vocabulary. Whereas closeness leads to spontaneity, so that in conversation, the occurrence of non-clausal sentences, text, hesitators, and etc. is more common. Next is about interacting with an audience. Part of our speaking proficiency depends upon our ability to speak differentially, depending upon our audience and the way we absorb their reaction and respond to it in some way or other. For example, politicians keep their ears and eyes open to see how their words go down and speak accordingly to suit public conditions. Part of our writing ability depends upon our ability to change our style and structure to suit the person or people we are writing for. For example, novelists at a conscious or subconscious level identify a prototypical audience to write for. In informal, spontaneous conversation, we are constantly alert for the reaction of the people we are interacting with so that we make our communication as informative as required and changing it depending on how the other participants in the interaction behave. Dealing with difficulty. When speakers or writers do not know a word or just cannot remember it, they may use some or all of the following strategies to resolve the difficulty they are encountering. First is improvising. Speakers sometimes try any word or phrase that they can come up with in the hope that it is about right. Such improvisation sometimes work, but they can also obscure meaning. The second is discarding. When speakers simply cannot find words for what they want to say, they may discard the thought that they cannot put into words. The third is foreignizing. When operating in a foreign language, speakers and writers sometimes choose a word in language they know well, such as their first language, and foreignize it in the hope that it will be equivalent to the meaning they wish to express in the foreign language. And the last is paraphrasing. Speakers sometimes paraphrase the word that they do not know, so this can get many speakers out of trouble, though it can make communication longer and more convoluted. So after we know these strategies, we can see that there are two strategies that are more appropriate than others. Improvising and paraphrasing is more useful than discarding thought and foreignizing word blindly.
Next is output and input. When a student produces a piece of language and see how to turn it out, that information is feedback into the acquisition process. Output becomes input. Such input or feedback can take various forms. Some of it come from ourselves, whether or not we are a language learner. We modify what we write and or we say as we go along based on how effective we think we are being. Feedback also comes from the people we are communication with. In face-to-face, for example, in face-to-face spoken interaction, our listener tell us a number of ways whether we are managing yet or mistake across. On the telephone, listener can question or show through the intonation, tone of voice, or lack of response that they have not understood. Also, teacher can provide feedback too. Yeah, we can see from the picture. We said this. Next is text as model. Text as model, especially where students are working with general focus tasks. Written and spoken text are vital way for providing model for them to follow. One of the best ways of having students write certain kind of report, for example, is to show them some actual report and help them to analyze their structure and style. To get students to give the information of give spoken direction, they will benefit from hearing other people doing it first. Productive work need not always be imitative, but students are greatly helped by being exposed. But for example, is writing and speaking, which shows so certain confession to draw up.
The next material is text as stimuli. A lot of language production work grows off the text that students see or hear. A controversial reading passage may be the springboard for discussion, or for a written treatise in letter form. Listening to a tape or disc in which a speaker tells a dramatic story may provide the necessary stimulus for students to tell their own stories, or it may be the basis for a written account for the narrative. The next is reception as part of production. In many situations, production can only continue in combination with the practice of receptive skills. Thus, conversation between two or more people is a blend of listening and speaking. Comprehension of what has been said is necessary for what the participant say next. In writing too, what we write often depends upon what we read. Letters are often written in reply to other letters. An email conversation process much like spoken dialogue. Indeed, in case of chat rooms and permanent space on the internet where a number of users can meet in real time in virtual rooms, the computer discourse takes place like spoken conversation in real time. The fact that receptions and productions are so bound up together suggests strongly that we should not have students practice skills in isolation even if such a thing were possible. The next is production enables reception. Productive skills work is a way of helping students with their receptive skills. Students can apply the insight that gained from their writing work to their reading. When they have tried to speak within certain genres, they are better attuned to understanding other people speaking in the same context.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, my name is Putrinda Sari. I will explain about problems and solutions of productive skills. As we know that there are some reasons why students find language productions difficult. One of the reasons it is because there are some problems in productive skills. So the teacher should have some solutions to solve these problems. The first problems comes from language. Students engage in productive tasks become very frustrated when they just don't have some words or some grammars need to express themselves. Maybe sometimes they research the language to use and express themselves, but it's make writing as a cumbersome process, and for speaking is not spontaneous speech. So, to solve these problems, there are two solutions. The first solution is supply key language. In supply key language, before we ask the students to do the activities in spoken or written tasks, we could check their knowledge of key vocabulary. For example, we could make a Q&A situation or interview situation to help them in the task. Next, for the next solutions is plan activities in advance. For this, we need to plan production activities that will provoke the use of language which the students have had a chance to absorb at an earlier stage. It is about language problems. The next problems comes from topic and genre. We are know that if the students completely don't understand or unfamiliar with the topic and genre that we explain to them, it could make them difficult in engage in the text. So to solve these problems, there are 5 solutions. The first solution is choose interesting topic. In choose interesting topic, it might be better to find out from students' favorite topic We could interview or question students what their favorite topic, and then we could make a conclusions the topic that look can produce the best result. Then the next solutions is we could create interest in the topic. In this, we could divide the students become some groups, or we could create a group discussion to discuss a topic. So we could give opportunities to the students to give their opinion or their knowledge about the topic and share to their friends. So it could make enjoy discussion with their friends. Okay, the next is activate schemata. In activate schemata, before we ask the student to do the activities, we could, for example, we could explain how to write a good writing before we ask the student to write. Next is vary the topic and genre. It is also important we vary the topic and genre if we want the students to gain their confidence in speaking or writing in different situations. And the last is provide necessary information. For this, in make a plan in a writing or speaking task, we should know which bit information are absolutely for the task, and we could share the information to the students before the students start to do the task. Okay, I think this is all about my explanation about problems and solutions in productive skills. Okay, I conclude that there are two problems in productive skill. The first problems comes from language, then the second problems comes from topic and genre. To solve language problem, there are two solutions. The first solution is supply key language and then plan activities in advance. And for the topic and genre problems, there are 5 solutions. The first solution is choose interesting topic. The second is create interest in the topic, and the third is activate schemata, and the fourth is vary the topic and genre, and the last is provide necessary information. Okay, I think that's all for me. Thank you.